when people are driving by, if anybody says, hey, how much are your prices? Before you tell them your prices, ask for their contact information. The point of this video is to get you or to encourage you to get out there more. So this is a flyer that was posted inside of an elevator of, I would consider this to be a mid-rise. A lot of residents, a lot of people with cars. The biggest challenge though here within these mid-rises is that no one has their own garage and there's no outlet to a hose. So people who have cars, they're not able to really wash their cars unless they take it somewhere. So guy walks into the main office and says, hey, I wash cars. I have a mobile detailing business. I'd love to do a deal with or provide an offer to your residents. And I'm available on Tuesdays. So the office says, do you need a hose outlet? You're like, no, I don't need a hose outlet. I have a whole tank in my truck. And so it solves a couple problems at the same time, right? So they say, okay, cool. Do you have a flyer? He makes this. I'm sure either he made it or the office made it for him. He doesn't have a website. He doesn't have anything fancy, and he's gonna make some money, right? So let's do some really simple math. Let's just say that for every car, it's like, because it's mobile detailing, the cost is a little bit more, right? Because of the convenience. So let's just say it's like $50, $60 a car. If he's there for a good amount of time and it takes him about 20, 30 minutes to wash a car, like he could make some really good money within the span of that day, right? The items that he would need to do the work isn't gonna be that expensive. It's getting loud this way. Let me walk back this way. And I mean, he has the ability to fulfill it pretty easily, okay? He's gonna be here every Tuesday, right? But he's not gonna be able to be here every Tuesday for the rest of he's only gonna be here in September. Now, if he's smart, or you know what, let me not even say if somebody's smart, because I think that could have a bad connotation to it, because some people just don't know. But if somebody told him, hey, everybody that shows interest, not every car you wash, everybody that shows interest, I want you to capture their information. When people are driving by, if anybody says, hey, how much are your prices? Before you tell them your prices, ask for their contact information. Say, hey, can I email you my prices? Or can I text you my pricing sheet? Now, what this does is this enables him to have more control over who he could reach out to generate business. Where a lot of business owners go wrong is when someone asks for the price, they say, oh, here. But now you don't know who you're talking to. So what happens, they take your prices, they drive away, and then you don't have the ability to contact them again to get their business. If you switch it up a little bit, and now let me talk to you business owners, okay? There's a couple things that you can do. First and foremost, you gotta be like him and get out there. You gotta go knock on some doors. You gotta make some calls. You gotta send some messages. I know everybody wants to market. Everybody wants to market. Listen, humans buy from humans. You gotta get out there. If you wanna market, let that amplify your humanity. Let that amplify what you're currently doing. But don't let it be the end all be all, okay? First thing, get out there. Second thing, again, find out who these individuals are that are showing interest. It's really important for you to generate leads. If somebody says, hey, what's the steps? So what's the process to being able to solve whatever problem? Get their contact information first. Say, hey, you know what? It's a lot to it. I'd love to send you a full list, but just generally, this is what it looks like. What's the best email address and phone number for you? And because they asked you, they will give it to you. If somebody walks up to me right now and says, hey, Mike, how much does it cost? How much does it cost to get a certain software and to be able to learn how to sell digital products? I would say that's a really good question. Since I'm not gonna answer that in 2 minutes, how about this? Let me get your email address and phone number, and I'm gonna send you everything that you're gonna need to at least know what the next step should be, all right? They give it to me, cool. Now, here's the thing. You wanna consider this, you wanna consider that, you wanna think about this, you wanna think about that. Now, I get to talk to them. I'm gonna freely speak to them because they gave me their information, all right? Be in pursuit of people's information so that you don't have to chase them later on.